Good morning, all you gearheads and do-it-yourselfers. My name is Lori, and this morning I'm going to be tackling the pulley and mandrel on my Craftsman lawn tractor. I hit an exposed root a while back, and I'm pretty sure I either bent the spindle or the spindle and the mandrel. So I have looked up the number, and it doesn't seem consistent with what is on my lawn tractor. So I'm going to take it off so I can make sure that I get the right one. On the inside of the cowl, it shows all of the numbers, the stock numbers for all of the different parts on the lawn tractor. And as you can see, it does list the deck spindle, but I've looked up that number, and when I look it up, it doesn't look like the mandrel that's on my tractor. So that's why I'm taking it off, to make sure that I have the right one before I order it. Okay, one thing I'm going to stress, and you probably get tired of hearing it on all these do-yourself videos, but having the right tools really does save you a lot of time and frustration. This is a lawnmower jack I bought, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. It's J&S Jacks, www.jsjacks.com. I don't even know if they're still in business, but I have to tell you, this has paid for itself several times over. Okay, so all you need to do is drive your tractor up onto the jack. The front wheels will be held by those brackets there, and then it's hydraulic. All you have to do is pump with your foot, and it will raise the lawnmower just as high as you need it to go. Again, this thing has paid for itself many times over. Okay, I'm all jacked up, and so is the mower. So now starts the fun stuff. Okay, as I've already mentioned, it really pays to have the right tools. So I've got my tool set over here. Hopefully anything I might need. I'm going to start by taking the blade off. And this is what I use to take the blade off. It's a Super Gator Grip. And because that retaining nut on the blade is a little bit rounded off, this is all I could find that would get that nut off. So again, well worth the price. Okay, one last plug for tools. This is a blade retainer, and it will make removing your lawnmower blade so much easier, and it's really easy to use. Just line it up with your blade, hook it over the end, make sure it's lined up with the blade underneath, and then I'm just going to tighten down this screw, and that blade will not move. So here's the mandrel with the blade taken off. As you can see, it's held on by 4 bolts. So I'm going to, first of all, remove the mandrel cover on the top. And it uses an 8mm socket, so I'm going to remove those nuts and bolts and see if we can get this thing out of here. Okay, I've got the cover off, and I don't know if you can tell, but to my eye, it looks like that pulley is sitting at a definite angle. So I am afraid my suspicions are correct, that I have bent either the spindle or the whole mechanism. So just a side note, when you're mowing, if you try to keep those vents clean around the bottom of the pulley there, you'll get a lot better lawn cut. So my next task is to take off these bolts right here. There are 4 of them, and I've determined that they take a 13mm socket. So that's my next step. Okay, folks, not only did I bend this baby, I broke it. You can see that part there. It is completely broken off of, and it's on two sides that it's broken like that. So, yep, a new mandrel is in the works. So not only did I break that mandrel, I sheared off the bolts inside it. So, good job, Lori. I'm also going to hang on to one of the bolts that held the mandrel on, because sometimes when you get replacement parts, they expect you to use your own hardware, and at least 3 of my bolts are shot. So if I need to go to a hardware store and get replacements, I've got one that I can test the thread and the diameter and everything, just from experience. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't just bent, it was broken, so definitely be replacing that. This nut was so stubborn I had to grind it off with my angle grinder. So I'm probably going to replace the other mandrel too. While I've got it up, might as well get the other one off and replace it too. I don't think it's in as bad a shape, but I'd just as soon do it all at once. I've put my pulley cover bolts back in the deck, so I won't lose those. Here's another piece of unsolicited advice. If you're looking to buy a lawn tractor, don't get one with the underdeck wash. It just rusted out. In fact, while I have all this out from under the deck, I'm going to spray it with a rubberized coating to help it not rust out. So I'll be back when I've got the new part to put back on. Thanks for riding along today.